Hello friends, welcome back to War 3 of Season 9. Today we're taking on some alliance that I can't pronounce who are 200 at war rating above us, so we have our work cut out for us today. Going in with a brand new team today, subbing out Ghost Rider, back to the bench with you, and we're putting in Omega Red. So Omega Red gives Void a bonus. It increases the damage from the debuffs by 10%, so it's basically like giving him a permanent attack boost. And anecdotally, I think it does make a difference, so you'll see that a little bit later. So first up we have a Captain Marvel Classic on the immunity node. This is just a nice little warm-up fight. Captain Marvel, the OG version anyway, very easy to fight. If you don't manage her power well, she will hit pretty hard, so even though both of her specials are pretty easy to dodge, and only really take one swipe back each before you can punish. You really want to manage her power, keep her at or close to 1 bar. If you happen to get hit, the higher her power, the more damage she's going to do, and the more trouble you're going to be in. So definitely don't want to be using potions this early in the war. Thankfully, though, she is, being very cooperative, throwing her specials. I think around here she gets a little stingy, and my degen stops. There we go. So 1 or 2 more combos plus the extra degen and she goes down. So sub 50 hits, pretty good for a 455 Captain Marvel, and we move on. So the rest of the first tier was cleared out for me, so we're into the meat of the run. We'll be boosting up today. So this is a Hyperion on Buffet Recovery. So I think I use a light champion boost and then a medium health boost. My concern always when fighting Hyperion is tanking a special 3. And even with Void's high health pool, the increased attack on these nodes could really hurt you bad. So I think I also put on an invulnerability boost here, yeah, just in case I have to tank an S3. It really depends on Hyperion which AI profile you get. So he's typically very aggressive, but it seems like either 50% of the time you get a Hyperion who just refuses to use his specials. He'll just stand there and hold his block while you watch his power meter tick up to S3. Now I really lucked out here. I got 2 petrified debuffs up immediately, so right away this fight is pretty much in the bag for me. I don't have to spend a lot of time banning specials. I can just treat him like a normal champ. His power gain is completely killed, and it's just getting those petrifies up is the best possible scenario for this fight. So it also nerfs the buffet regen too, so those petrifies pulling double duty, plus the increased degen damage from Omega Red. And you can see this Hyperion, he's only a 455, but you can see he's melting down pretty quickly. We're about a minute in and he's already 75% dead or so. Other than that, his specials are easy to dodge when you can get him to throw them, so just got to keep at it. And so we're through that, and I still got 99% health. Very happy with that. Next up is the same champ we fought here every war this season so far. It's yet another Ironman Infinity War. Now this is kind of where I noticed the synergy bonus from Omega Red putting in some extra work. So I'm kind of having not really a problem with Iron Man on this node this season, where they don't seem as willing to throw the heavy attack. They're hitting into my block more times, doing full combos, backing off, coming in with another partial combo, then hitting into a. You can see that's kind of what he's doing here. Now that said, usually when I fight like a 455 on this node, it's running down to the wire in terms of when he actually gets killed from the degen. And in this fight, it feels, as I was doing it, that it was not taking that long. So you can see I did get tagged 3 times there, so my invulnerability boost was still up from the previous fight, so it saved me a little bit of damage, which is always nice. So we're a minute in, third of the way through the fight, and he's chilling at about 2/3 health, but that's okay. Having a bit of unlucky RNG with the debuffs. It took me all the way till number 5 to get the third unique one to maximize my degen, but at this point, I'm waiting for the attack bonus from Fear of the Void to kick in. So we're halfway through, and he's under halfway health. I haven't explicitly compared this to the previous fights without Omega Red, but as I've said a couple times now, it really does feel like it makes a difference. And since there wasn't really an obvious villain, actually, I don't think I used Ghost, or I'm sorry, I don't think I used Blade a single time this war, so I really could have gone in with just Void and Killmonger and Omega Red. Maybe I'll have to consider doing that next time when there's no champ that I think I would need Blade for. But so there you go. I've got a minute left on the clock, and Ironman goes down. I feel like it really helps. So, all right, next up, going to heal up Void for this fight, which is a 565 champion on Arc Overload. I actually just watched Legacy do this fight yesterday, the day before, in his war video. So it was also a champion on this node. And Void, even with the Champion of the Universe buff that he gets at the start here, Void just dominates this fight. All you got to do is watch out for the Unstoppable that he procs, and you get like a split-second warning where it says Primal Fury, and once you see that, you have to be ready to stop what you're doing and immediately back off, because if he goes Unstoppable, he's going to tag you and you're going to be in trouble. So now you can, and I think I do it at some point here, you can do a special intercept when he's unstoppable, and that kind of ignores the unstoppable effect here. So, and bonus on this node, you also have infinite parries too. So there's no limber, which is really great. Oh, so I lucked out there. I hit into his block right when he went unstoppable. He didn't counter and punish me. Really, really lucked out there. So glad. So I don't really understand the timing of his Primal Fury. It doesn't seem to happen on some sort of schedule like an OG Vision synthesis. It seems to just happen, randomly. Sometimes there's a pretty big interval. Sometimes it happens, one right after the other there. So you see, I did a special intercept with him. He procs the Fury again. Maybe it's related to how many Fury buffs he has. I don't know. I don't own any rarity of the champion above a 3-star, so I don't play him. I don't really understand his abilities too well. I just know that on this node, Void kills everybody. So he's about ready to go down. Mid leap falls over. Bye bye, champion. All right, last but not least is our favorite Recovery Strike Back mini boss, Mr. Green Goblin. I actually had to come up from the basement, which is normally where I play and hang out in my little man cave. But we had the air running yesterday. It was so cold down here that I had to go up to the first floor of the house and kind of like warm up my hands. So as I was doing this fight, I thought maybe it would be better just to bait the S1. So I think I do bait one S2 here at the start. Get the Petrifies up again. So that's 2 fights this run where I've been super lucky with the Petrified debuffs. So I've nerfed the Strike Back, I've nerfed his healing. It's just smooth sailing from here, as long as I don't get tagged by a special attack. So as I said, I'm going to be baiting out the S1s this fight just to be extra conservative. I think last season there were a couple times where I misjudged his medium attack for the start of his special 2 and got hit. So the S1, you're taking a little bit of block damage on the lasers, but I was 99% sure that I wasn't going to get any boss action. So, as long as I survived this fight, it wasn't going to be an issue for me as far as block damage is concerned. So, it can't really punish either of his special attacks that I'm aware of anyway. So, you're backing off and just parrying on his next medium in order to counterattack anyway. So we've got Fear of the Void up, a couple other debuffs just ticking him down. This fight is over pretty quickly. He doesn't want to throw his S1, so I'm trying to hit into his block. I don't want to hit into his block too much because there is still that really nasty bug where if you hit into the block, they can just interrupt you with a special attack. So I've been again super conservative with that. So this was a pretty tough war for us. We did end up losing, and this alliance was a master level Platinum 1 level alliance. Again, 200 war rating above us. Really bad matchup. We hung pretty tough. I think our death count, when all was said and done, was pretty close. I think they had something like 50, and we had maybe 56 or 58. I forget what the exact number was. So it was pretty close. Really proud of what we were able to accomplish too, and even a loss at tier 2 gives it quite a bit of points. So still hunting for that Platinum 2 this season. We'll see what happens the rest of the way. So until next time, thanks for watching.